everyone. So I'm here to demonstrate to you the proctoring functionality for FTRE Talent Reward Exam 2022. So we are going to see how we have to log in into the URL and how we are supposed to use the various functionalities available on the proctoring dashboard. You will be receiving the URL and the ID, password, credentials from FTRE for the FTRE Talent Reward Examination 2022. You have to use the same credentials. So it's very easy. You enter the credentials here and be very careful if the caps lock is on or not, and enter the credentials as you have received and click on login. Once you will be logging in, you will be directed to the Proctor dashboard. There you will see if students would be taking the examination. As the mock tests are going on, the students are already online, and we can see a whole bunch of small thumbnails are visible on your dashboard. So this whole complete box is called the Proctor dashboard. We can see there are many students who are visible in red, yellow and green color, and we can also see certain windows that are off or the cameras that are not working. So starting from the left hand side of this panel, we can see on the left side we can see the online users are 23. Please note, in these online users, the count of these 4 orange students would not be taken. So in all you have 27 candidates, but it will be irrespective of these 3 orange candidates. Okay, and there you all can see the IDs of the student displayed on this. As the number is more than 10, obviously a scroller will appear, so you have to scroll every time to see the number of students and who all are online. On the left hand side we can see a bell icon. This icon is to be used if we have to send a message to a student which is applicable to the complete dashboard students. Okay, so that means a message that is common for all. So we can send message like, good afternoon students, all the best for the examination, no additional people are allowed. So what we can see is we can send this message. So once we send this message using the red bell icon, it will be displayed on the screen of all the students. So it is displayed on the screen of all the students. Okay, so how do I check the live feed of the students? Because as right now you can see that the images are changing in every 30-40 seconds. The images of the students are changing. But when I need to check a student in actual and see them writing the paper, so what will I do? I click, just to see where my cursor is, we'll click on the image of the student, and then the live feed of the student will appear. So do not panic that if you see that the image is not visible and there is some distortion there. So it's all because of the internet connectivity at the student's end. As it's an online examination, so I'm sure you will be aware that stable internet connection plays a very important role. So you have to check the credentials of the candidate, that okay, he has uploaded the image properly and also the Aadhaar card that is applicable. You will check the live. So how do I go and check the live is, we will just slide the live feed button and the feed of the student will appear. And also you have to unmute the feed, so that by unmuting the audio, how is it going to help us is to see that if somebody is not murmuring the answers or not giving the answers to the student or helping the student. So this way we'll be guided, will be helped to check how the things work, and if everything is fine and the students are not indulging in any malpractice. As these are small kids, so we may at times see parents assisting them in maybe logging in, maybe with the questions. So you have to look out for those kind of behavior so that they do not indulge in any such malpractice, and you have to immediately send out a message to a candidate, which I will be showing you in some minutes. So and also as a proctor you need to check that a student's desktop image should be visible. Like this student is maybe taking the examination on a mobile phone. So the desktop image is not visible. Candidate activity log tells us, what are the AI proctoring warnings. As this is as an AI proctored plus human proctored examination. So the warning that you see in the activity log are basically the AI warnings which will assist the proctors, the human proctors, to check on a student. So the AI is constantly checking the students after a limited period of a specified time period and checking if the student is sitting properly as per the AI norms. So if you see if you see a higher increase in this warnings, you should go and click on this small camera icon and check, what was the image being captured of that student. So like in this, no front face found, and student was, because as he is taking examination on a mobile phone, so his finger thumbnail was covering the complete camera. So that is what AI captured, and you will again go to switch to live. So another thing is that we can see pause test and terminate test. Pause test and terminate test should not be used. We should avoid using it. But if we want to gather, the attention of the student while they are writing an examination, if there are certain people around, additional people, or he is taking help, so you should pause the test in order to get immediate attention of the student and to stop him or her from indulging in such acts. Also, there's another feature. Like, before we even use that feature, the room scan feature, we should try and send the message. If you must have noted that we can see that the warning, the announcement that we made using the red bell icon is visible here from the proctor ID, and the announcement is there. Even as a proctor, you can type your messages here, or you can select from the various templates that are available. These templates contain the proctor warning. What a warning proctor may be noticing during the examination, and you can select it and you can send that warning to the student, or you can also type in your warning. But be very careful that there are no spelling mistakes, and because it should not look that the proctor is also not properly informed, and they are not taking care of what they are typing. So be very careful what you are typing here. Okay, there's another feature that room scan feature. Room scan feature works as a two-way video conferencing between the student and the proctor. So if I want to get an attention of I want to ask the student whether he's taking the examination on a mobile phone, just to showcase how it works. So I'll initiate it. The room scan will operate, and he'll be able to see. Hi Arukal, how are you? Hi, can you see me? Can you hear me? Acha, you are taking examination on mobile? Alright, so everything is fine. Are you understanding the questions? Any difficulty? No? Okay, if you face... Alright, great. So we are just doing the practice like you are practicing. We are also just checking if the proctoring is working. So in the actual examination, if you get any message from the proctor, please do respond to it in the chat box. Okay?
Okay.
Alright, beta. All the best. All the best.
Thank you.
So as you saw, this is how I interacted with the student. You have to be very polite, and you have to give the instructions properly, what you are asking, or do not try to scare the children. All right, just be very calm and composed, and be very polite when you're talking to the student, because we don't want to make them scared, and we just want them to be settled while they are taking the examination. They should be assured that we are going to help them. So this is all about proctoring. Another thing is that as a proctor, you should keep an eye on the images. Like for example, see this student now. You must have had one thing in your mind that if a student is messaging me, how a proctor would be notified. So we do not give any message or notification sound is there, but as I mentioned, you have to look for the messages on the left side. If you can see, the messages from the student appears on a orange strip on the left side. So you click on it, what will happen? The live of the student will not open, but the small chat box of the student will open. So he has responded to my message at okay, thank you. And another one, just look what happens. Karthik Kumar has sent me a message. Oh, he just dropped. So this is how the students will also disappear. Like once they have completed the examination, they will disappear. But the messages from the students will appear on the left hand side. One thing I want to make note here, you all to make note, is that you cannot check the live of multiple students at one time, only one student at one time. And when you are checking the live of that student, then other students are in the backdrop, so you will not be able to see what they are doing. Maybe if somebody comes in and helps the student. So this maneuvering of checking the live of the student has to be very swift. Okay, even if you are checking it, so as all the when we are supposed to check for the students live when we see the images in red. If an image is red, then we have to, like this Arav Meena, his camera is having an issue. Camera is not proper, your image is not getting displayed. So if you see a camera icon and a cross on that, that means they have external camera embedded, so it is not working. So you will not be able to see the live or the video of the student, which is not acceptable, because it's a proctored examination. You are required to see the image of the student throughout the examination. It is very important. So if in this case anything happens, you have to ask the student to maybe re-log in and check the camera. So this is something that you should take care of, that no image should be black or it should be with a camera icon to be crossed. It should not happen. Another case, like if a student is in the yellow zone, which is inactive zone, that means the student got disconnected from the VBox portal, and maybe it could be because of there is a power outage, the electricity has gone, or maybe the Wi-Fi conked off, or he or she has changed the Wi-Fi. So in that scenario, we will not be able to check the student state. So we have to wait for the student to come back on your screen. So as we do not have mapping of students, so a student who may be on your screen when he or she was inactive, and when he drops from your window, he may appear on some other proctor window. So you need not worry, and because the name of the students will not be the same. If there is any vacancy in your classroom, then a student will be adjusted in your dashboard. Otherwise, he or she may move to the next dashboard. So it's all right. You may not have the uniform set of students every time. So look for these all things, like when a student is going red, immediately check it, report it, use the chat box, use room scan, use pause to gather their attention. And do not scare them, just be stern with your warning so that they respond to you and they are cooperative and they look up to you as a person who will be there to help you. Like this person, Arukula, messages me, okay ma'am, it's okay. So it's okay. So you have to look for these notifications, and you can also message a student directly from here. Rather, it's because, as I said, one live at a time. So instead of opening the live, you can also, or if you have to send a message one-on-one, so you can just click on that ID and that student's chat box will open, and you can message that student while keeping an eye on other students. But yes, if you are required to check the live of the student, you have to be very swift, and you should ensure that you send the message to the student. A red bell icon only to be used to send announcements and not extra messages or one-on-one messages. Like if I want to talk to Arukula, I will not be using the red bell icon. I will directly message Arukula. Okay, so I'm not going to send a message through red bell icon. So be very considerate when you are sending the message. It should not go as you have one message meant for one person should not be reflected on others dashboard. And also situation like this where the father is sitting and helping the student, like now I'm going to write additional people are not allowed in exam. Let's see what her reaction to this is. Like in this case scenario, as you see, the video is buffering. Let's see.
ওহো দেখ এখানে দুজন আছি বলে ইয়াটা কি করে দিছি বুঝছো ক্যান্সেল করে দিছি পরীক্ষা
read my message as additional people are not allowed.
Chat message from doctor kindly Mr. not
So you can write.
বুঝতে পারলি স্যার তুই এখানে যা দাও দেখ আমি এখানে দুজন আছি বলে এখানে মেসেজ ইয়াটাই করতে লাগে একবার দিল দুজন থাকার জন্য এটা ক্যান্সেল করে দিছি
Also watching.
দুটো মিটার দেখে যে যেটা ক্যান্সেল করা
Right message at the right time.
only one message
Very much accurate. In the there.
ফোনটা কেমন হবে এসে
সাউন্ড recording. When you will listen to the audio and everything. And also if you see any thing that like I want to record.
দেখো মেন জিনিস তোকে যেটা জানতে প্রশ্ন তো যা পারবি না পারবি আলাদা জিনিস
I want to record this.
তোকে এইখানে বুঝতে হবে কিভাবে আমি পরীক্ষাটা দেব।
2 times you can record any.
প্রথমে তোকে আমি হয়তো স্টার্ট করে দিলাম, তারপর ধর এইখানে সিলেক্ট করবি যে চেঞ্জ অপশন সেকশনে যখন একটা সেকশন শেষ হয়ে যাবে
you should immediately start recording, and 2 times a proctor would be allowed to record any malpractice captured during the examination. So be very careful, and when you think that you should stop the recording,
85 এর আগের গেলাম ওটা থার্ড সেকশনে ছিল বুঝলি, থার্ড সেকেন্ড
stopping the recording. So now it has
85 কই
been
না
the recording has been shared. So this is how you can also use the recording button to capture any malpractice. So that's all about proctoring. This is how you are supposed to proctor, how you can send announcement or a group message, how you can send one-on-one message, how we can see the messages sent by the student on the left hand side of the panel, how to check when the thumbnail turns red. So this is how you can check. All right. So all the best proctors, and I hope you have a good time proctoring. Okay. Bye-bye.